Hello Bloomington, I'm Mayor Tim Busse, and this is your Council Minute for the week of May 25th. With the Memorial Day holiday, the City Council didn't have its typical Monday night meeting this week, but on Tuesday, May 26th, the Council did meet for an emergency meeting, although it's probably more accurate to say this was an urgent meeting rather than an emergency meeting. As I'm sure you've heard, last week Governor Tim Walz announced the next phase in the gradual reopening of Minnesota businesses. Under the plan, restaurants will be allowed to open on June 1st, but for outdoor dining only and provided that social distancing and other practical safeguards are enforced. At our emergency meeting, the City Council approved an ordinance that grants restaurants and ultimately bars the flexibility to expand outdoor seating so they can serve more customers while obeying the guidelines Governor Walz outlined in his Stay Safe Minnesota plan. That's where the urgency of our meeting came into play. We wanted to make sure we had an ordinance in place to allow for expanded outdoor dining and to give business owners time to make the necessary preparations for the June 1st reopening. Finally, I want to add, there are no city fees associated with this ordinance. Let me say that again, there are no city fees associated with this ordinance. I say this twice because there was a rumor going around on social media that the city was going to charge an exorbitant fee and make implementation very difficult for our restaurants. It was started by the same people who typically start rumors just to create division and discord in our community. There is no fee. The City Council is united in its support of the Bloomington business community and will continue to collaborate with the Bloomington Chamber of Commerce and our local business owners as we all work through these challenging times. Some residents have emailed me asking if Bloomington will join with other cities, including Minneapolis, in requiring face masks in public settings and indoor gathering places like stores and schools and universities. The answer is no. Bloomington will not be requiring masks in public at this time. Now make no mistake, masks are an important tool in slowing the spread of this pandemic. The Centers for Disease Control and the Mayo Clinic agree that if everyone would wear a face covering when out in public, the risk of exposure to COVID-19 would be reduced. But instead of making masks a requirement, I'd rather appeal to Bloomington's sense of community and ask everyone to wear a mask when they're out and about. The logic behind masks is pretty straightforward. They aren't worn to protect the wearer, but rather everyone else who might come into contact with the wearer. You can be infected and contagious with the coronavirus and not know it, either because you haven't yet developed symptoms or because you'll be one of those mild cases who never develop noteworthy symptoms. When you were growing up, your mom always told you to cover your mouth when you cough. Wearing a mask is simply the next step given the severity of this pandemic. I see a lot of signs in my neighborhood that say, "We're in this together," and folks, no truer words have been spoken. In the past 2 months, we've seen Bloomington step up and reflect those words by supporting local businesses or donating to Veep or doing great drive-by birthday parties. Now, as we take the next small steps toward normalcy, we need to continue with that sentiment and protect each other. Masks are an easy way to do so. Please wear one when you're out in public. And finally, congratulations to all Bloomington students, teachers, school workers, and parents as you wrap up this unprecedented school year. You all did remarkable work under incredibly challenging circumstances, and you did so with creativity, resourcefulness, and courage. Very well done. I hope you enjoy your summer, and boy, I hope September looks a lot different for all of us. To all of our graduating seniors, I know your senior year was nothing like you hoped it would be, and really, I truly feel for you. You missed out on spring sports and activities, prom, graduation, parties, the whole bit, and I really am sorry for you. But the bottom line is, you did it. You persevered. Take what you've learned over the past 12 years, and just as importantly, what you've learned over the past 2 months, and put that knowledge to good use as you move forward to whatever you've got planned next. Congratulations. Be proud of yourselves, and be proud that you've cemented your place in the long history of Bloomington schools. That'll do it for this week's Council Minute. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next week. Stay safe, Bloomington.